All right, let's go over our elements and matter quiz. Number 1 says, what happens when two different elements chemically combine? Now remember, you can find all of this on page 58 in your interactive notebook. Okay, elements are like the ice cream flavors in the ice cream shop. Everything that exists in the world is made up of elements. But when you combine two different kinds chemically, that forms a compound. And when a compound is formed, the new substance has brand new properties. It does not have properties of either of the two or more elements that make it up. It has brand new properties. That would be like in our ice cream metaphor, if you took a chocolate atom and a vanilla atom and you put them together, they wouldn't taste like either chocolate or vanilla. They would taste like pizza or something brand new. Think about water. It's hydrogen and oxygen, but when you put them together, they form water, which is completely different than hydrogen or oxygen on its own. So the correct answer is D. A new substance forms having new properties. Okay. Number 2, which statement is true for all compounds? We just talked about that in the last question, that they are made of atoms of 2 or more elements. If you have 2 atoms together from the same element, then we call that a molecule. Okay. Number 3, which statement is true of elements? Well, they are made up of only one kind of atom. Okay. What type of substance is water? We also just talked about that. It's a compound because it's made of hydrogen and oxygen. They combine together and make a compound. And since they're from 2 different elements, it's called a compound. Number 5, which is a characteristic of solutions? Okay, solutions. Think about Miss Maxwell and the Kool-Aid that we made on Monday. The materials in a solution are evenly mixed. Everyone in the room got a cup of Kool-Aid, and everyone's Kool-Aid tastes the same because the sugar was mixed evenly throughout. Number 6, a scientist wants to know if there are any grains of iron in a 30-gram mixture of sand and pebbles. What could she do to answer her question? Well, if you think about iron, you should know that it's attracted to magnets, okay? So the best way would be to pass a magnet through the mixture, okay? If you use sifting, that would separate the pebbles from the sand, but that wouldn't really see if there's any iron, okay? Floating, the iron will sink too, it will all sink. And then a magnifying glass would not be very effective. It's not the best way. Okay. Number 7, which of the methods listed is not a good method for separating mixtures? All of these were in our interactive notebook on page 62, except for dissolving. Dissolving actually does the opposite. It doesn't separate a mixture, it helps things combine. That's like the sugar dissolving in the water or the salt dissolving in the water. Number 8, Frank has a beaker with a mixture of salt and water. He would like to recover the salt from the water. Which would be the best method to accomplish this? This was just like what we went over in class today with our homework and our bell ringers. The answer is evaporation. If you take salt water or sugar water and you put it on the stove and boil it, all the water is going to turn into a gas and it's going to leave the salt or the sand behind. That would happen without boiling it. It just takes a long time. If you want to speed up that process, you would boil it. So the answer is evaporation. Okay. Number 9, Jocelyn and her friends put some raisins, nuts, and pretzels in a bowl to make a snack for their hiking trip. What does the snack represent? That sounds an awfully lot like what we did on Monday with Miss Maxwell again. That is a heterogeneous mixture. Remember, hetero means different. And with this trail mix, you can see all the different pieces. You could pick them out, and not everyone's cup was the same. Even at the same table, out of the same bowl, one person may have gotten 10 M&Ms, one person may have gotten 12 M&Ms. It's not the same. It's hetero. It's different. The prefix homo means same. Number 10, what method would be best for separating oil and water? We did this in class together. We combined oil and water. We didn't separate them, but you should know that they have different densities. And since oil is less dense than water, it rises to the top. Sifting, filtration, and magnets won't work. You have to use flotation. The oil will float to the top because it is less dense than the water. All right, that wraps up your quiz. You will have your test on Tuesday, October 25th. We moved it from tomorrow because we thought we needed some more time. So be sure that you are studying and doing your best, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.